Okay, I should be back online this time with audio. And if I can hear myself, then I'm going to mute the stream on my other computer. Nice, it works. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do today is fix this. For some reason, Ket, stream dev, Ket and Hive and Reversi all still have they still have this log file in them that's distributed with the game, which is so not what I'm intending. In Windows, in Release, there's this log file, and I don't know why it's still there. I could have sworn I deleted it. Okay, so if I take it... So this is just a really small annoyance, but it confuses people because now there's a log file .log and a log file .txt, and only the txt is supposed to exist, and it's not supposed to be distributed with the game. So you know, in hopes of removing that confusion and making the distribution slightly smaller, just wanted to kill the fire. I tried to delete this thing so hard. Now that I actually understand how the release process works, I think it should be good. Okay, so cool, I have a watcher. Sweet. That's me on the thing. Okay. Oh my god. Steam is not sure it's me either. That's what happens when you have too long of a password. It's hard to get it right. Okay, so I just pushed ket just to see if there was any difference. There should be no log file in here. Are you kidding me? Oh man. I don't know what's wrong there. So where is this log file getting copied from? So we have a script. These build scripts are supposed to clear out all the files beforehand. So this is supposed to kill everything in content builder, content, ket, binaries. But here we have like a file from August. We delete the directories and then copy the Windows binaries from release. Didn't it just delete this like a second ago? Oh man, I'm so confused. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and see if I've had it. Okay, so maybe I deleted the debug one. So I'm going to try it one more time to push ket. Let's go with a bit of the live. I think it's. Okay. So now that I pushed, I'm gonna see if this new build. This one should maybe be a smidge smaller. Yeah. It's very little bit smaller, so maybe it's finally gone. Log file. Good, it's gone. Okay, so I think I killed those. So this super minor task is now done. I'm not gonna. Consider it released because I'm not gonna bother announcing that. It's so small of a change. And I think I actually already announced that we got rid of the logfile.log earlier, so that was no longer accurate. Okay, so I'm gonna find something else to work on. Probably some accessibility stuff. Because tomorrow we're going to work on the stats and the ELO ratings because those aren't updating consistently for people. But that's it's going to be a really big problem and one that I don't feel like starting at 7 o'clock at night. So I'll do that all day tomorrow. So for now, cool. All right, there's a handful of controller support issues, so get to do some fun accessibility stuff. So first things first, I'll test what it's like.
For the overmind.
Yeah, so game settings screen doesn't work. So I'll probably do that one first. And then if you're in game, yeah, there doesn't seem to be a way to switch to 3D, like it said. And then if you're in 3D, you get this cursor. That's cool. That's what you want. Yeah, but I'm gonna be on the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna see how it plays. It shouldn't play against level 1. That's super boring. I'll do 9 because I haven't beaten 9 yet. Since I reset my stats. Alright. Oh man. Yeah, I'm used to doing white so much for testing that now I'm confused. Alright, so camera stuff seems good. Can flip the board with the left trigger. And pause, left trigger is online games, left trigger is forfeit, but only when paused. Okay. Cool, that was a pretty decent trade for me. Okay, so the wand goes through stuff. The wand's kind of low. Not a huge issue. It's not so great though. I don't know. That wand is like bright orange. It's kind of like a hive theme we have. But I don't know what would be good given the chest colors. Cool. Someone's got achievement farming while watching. That's a good idea. I'm glad it seems like I can play like a normal game in the 3D mode without any issue. But yeah, I see what people mean by the chess set is a little hard to see. Can't switch 3D chess set, I guess, with the gamepad. Can't cycle 3D chess set. But it worked on the 2D. I think that was the left shoulder. Okay. But yeah, that Jeff's gonna work on that lighting problem pretty soon, so that we'll be able to see the black pieces better on this default board. I don't know if I can play Bauhaus. I mean, conceptually, those pieces all make sense, right? Like, their type of move is their shape, but hidden pieces, so I'm going to do a trade. Oh, cool. Someone just noticed the turn clock that I released earlier today, and I didn't announce it yet, but yeah. Cool, cool. Ooh. Run away. Oh, how did I miss that? So my turn advantage is kind of gone, but whatever. So far so good. I should probably finish the game though to make sure that the end game's still right. Oops. Awkward. Just awful, awful. But regardless, the game's gonna end soon. That's kind of what okay, so again, so it seems to work. Okay, so the issues that we have on the checklist seem to be all that's really there, at least for the main stuff. Oh, I should check menus more. Gonna run in game really quickly with the mouse. Okay, so the menu, there's the rules. Can't navigate that. Yeah, ridiculous. Okay. All this stuff was working at one point. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's the game settings don't. It doesn't. Put the keyboard here when I meant the gamepad. Oh, 1 sec. Gotta say goodnight to the daughter. Put it back. Dookie dookie. She's going to bed. Okay, so toggling between 2D and 3D seems easy. So does that. Someone said they could play on 2D sometimes. I'm kind of surprised about that. I don't know why the gamepad would ever work in 2D. It doesn't look like anything shows up there. Okay, so keypad. I don't know why this is commented out. So the vertical tab control dialog is dialog screens what we have for. That's like what does our rules and stuff. Find out what's going on there. If it was during a big refactoring. It's a control, vertical, maybe not. So SVM blend will show us the history of when that line was changed, and then we can look at the comment from that commit and see what the reason was. Doesn't really say. So, I mean, the fact that that's commented out from the change that was about changing dialogues means that it probably crashed hard, so we'll just uncomment it and see what happens. Oh, there's no game player index in here. Wow, a lot has changed. Okay. Yeah, well, this has been commented out for a while. That's not cool. gamepad support's really important because it's not just, well, for a lot of reasons. So one is that SteamOS is supposed to be so you can play from your couch, and you want to be able to sit there with controllers and nothing else. And another is for accessibility. A lot of people have very custom controls that, you know, if they have unique mobility challenges, they can get their own custom controller and remap it so that it appears like an Xbox controller. So you want to support Xbox controllers. Yeah, my cam keeps freezing. I don't know why. Like the video part of it, you can still hear me, right? I hope. Say something. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the camera keeps freezing. I wonder if there's a bitrate I can change. Yeah, but anyway, controllers. So, yeah, it's important for accessibility because they can remap their weird stuff and make it appear like an Xbox controller. So we need it. Otherwise, some people might not even be able to play. So, looks like we have two big issues here. One is that this next thing doesn't exist anymore. And another is that we don't know what player who has this dialogue up. This is a vertical tab control screen. I wonder if this is even being called anymore. Yeah, the rules screen is a vertical tab control screen. I still wonder if, now that we have a dialogue system, the tab control should actually be processing the input itself. Vertical tab control view. Yeah, the screen shouldn't be the only thing processing controller input. It should be the tab control itself. Views aren't supposed to have update functions though, right? But it is a dialogue, so. Oh, here we go. This is supposed to be, we already have it in here. So why is it not working is the question. Maybe process inputs isn't getting called on it. We'll test that.
The overmind.
Handled. So we're going to see if we can. Yeah, so we can actually navigate it when it's on the screen by itself. What about in-game? Like why? Process input's not. Yeah, here it's not getting called, I'll bet. Yeah, process inputs. It's not getting called all the time. So I gotta figure out why. The dialogues aren't calling process inputs on themselves. So we'll see how Game Common handles dialogues. I think screen is what opens it. show dialog. Okay, so we add these dialogues. So we go to show dialog internal. Dialog open. So this is where we create the gray screen. Yeah, so it's just a semi-transparent gray background, and then we have things in the dialog layer. So I guess what we have to do, game audio is a bit high. Cool, that's probably a little better. Yeah, the microphone audio is coming in through a webcam. It's sitting on top of the other computer. So the screen update. Let's update internal. Wow. Helpers enabled. If inputs enabled, handle keyboard and mouse. Gamepads, man. Regardless, update internal should probably be calling. Oh, it's debug. That's right. Not in debug. Why isn't that collapsed? Oh, or monogame. Whatever. Input is enabled. If the dialog is open, let it process encoder, basically. Tag that, say dialog layer. So we're trying to find out how many things are in it. So if there's a dialog open, and let them each dialog layer views. So for each dialog layer, take the view, or for each dialog view in the layer, dialog view. If the view is an items control, or if it's a control. Okay, Okay, then process inputs. Yeah, so if it's a control, we should be processing inputs. Not all views should have that. Should be processing inputs apparently. And then you want to do this for open. So dialog view. Good. Okay, so we know the logical gamer index of who opened it, so we can process the inputs. Right, we just have to iterate this differently for reasons. Okay. I can't access that. It's a read-only list. Cannot. Oh, okay. I can't access it. Sweet. So that seems like it's been a pretty long-standing regression because we didn't notice it when it happened. So it's one of those things. It's like, when did that break?
For the overmind.
We'll get back to it until we're ready to make a huge pass to fix all the functionality. Okay, so go into the game, see if it's any better. Yeah, not all dialog views are. Man. What if it's not a dialog view? Then I don't know who opened it. Okay, hopefully it will be. Okay, so we're gonna try it again. More casting.
For the overmind.
It's safer to have those types like that. So man, doesn't seem to be sending the input. All right. So okay, at least so we get into this for each. This view is a simple view. Simple view, simple view. That's going to be the wrapper, isn't it? Yep. Oh man. Okay. So we have to do this again. There's one more layer inside, basically, because the dialog layer contains the view that is the gray box, and the gray box holds the actual content of the dialogue. See if we get any farther this time.
For the overmind.
Getting pretty gnarly. Fortunately, it's only going to even run that loop when there's dialogue up. Still nothing. Oh, it's because I didn't fix this copy pasta. All right, wrapper dot views. Iterate through the views inside.
For the overmind.
So this could be, all in all, this could amount to a pretty easy fix if this is the only thing wrong with the input in the dialogues. Man, I copy pasted the loop too. Noobish. Alright.
For the overmind.
At least the camera seems to be coming back occasionally. Alright. Cool. So that actually seems like it's getting to process my code. Yay! Okay. Yay. Yeah, I guess you don't get everything for free, right? So the rules work. Sweet. That's one down. Why did I change in screen? Just comments. Whoops. Plus whatever this is. Yeah, that's the main change. Alright, so I passed control down to the dialogues, and then I took out that copy pasta, or not copy pasta, but old code that has now been replaced. Made dialogues get able to use input if they are controls. Okay, so that's an important fix, and that'll fix the rules menu in game for all 4 of our games, because they probably all have that exact same problem, almost certainly. I have not posted the game to chess forums. Someone asked if I'd posted the game to forums or like chess.com. No, I haven't really done almost any marketing yet because we had a pretty crazy first week after the release. There were a lot of bugs that we weren't expecting to have so many people playing. We crossed 100,000 users today, which is way more than we expected. So they found a ton of bugs. Oops, what did I? Major crash. Oh no. So I'm gonna crash. Okay. So I still have game settings. Listen to gamepads. I have no idea why. So that one should be fairly easy to fix, you'd think, right? Okay, so game settings is just a screen. Let's go with the chess. Setting menu screen. What is game setting menu if it's not? Oh, it's in menus, it's not in screens. Weak. That was dumb of me. Alright. Game setting. So it's setting menu screen. I don't see anything here about controls, but we have menu options. Are they controls? Select the menu screen there. Good, okay, process inputs. This should be menu screen layer, just not getting called. Let's see if that's really the case. If it's not calling process inputs, or if we did something else wrong. So this is a game setting menu. Wow. Menu screen layers, process inputs isn't getting called. So this should have been traced all the way down and make sure we did it right. Game setting menu screen with AI. It is a chess game setting menu. Oh, that's an option. Game setting menu screen. Big black borders. Where are the big black borders? In the game? Oh, on the stream, that makes sense. Yeah, I have a tall monitor. It's just really good for code because I mean, I can see like a lot of lines of code at once, and I can like search for stuff down here and still see like 50 lines of code. That's, I mean, my monitor is rotated. That's how it does that. But like, it didn't come like that. But it came with the ability to rotate, and that makes my game like, look at how tiny my game is compared to the screen, because the game sizes itself to keep that aspect ratio. I have no idea why my webcam is frozen. It does that a lot. So there's no more menu screen layer. Interestingly, the main menu screen has one. We added that text menu view to the layer. So maybe we're missing just like an extra layer inside the game settings menu, because we have header view, setup options, adds it to a menu view, which is a menu view, but it's not a menu view screen layer. So the main menu, what is the main menu doing differently than the game setting screen? I'm shy. Why do you say that? Because I paused my cam stream? No, it's just, I don't know. I'm new to the whole open broadcaster thing, and I have a feeling that I'm doing something horribly wrong. Yeah, video bitrate should be fine, right? Yeah. Okay, so I have to figure out what main menu screen is doing differently than, or chess main menu screen is doing something differently than chess game setting menu screen with AI or whatever. Add setting. So it adds it to menu view and menu view. I have no idea who Hot Pocket is. Who that? But she also has blue hair, apparently. I have blue hair because it's a blue line. I guess I just showed the camera, but the camera's paused, so you don't get to tell. But it's a mohawk, so it goes. It's a line all the way down. Menu view. Who are all these people? Kappa and Shreehead. I'm totally supposed to know Kappa because everyone uses that as a emoticon, but I don't know who that is. Settings menu view is a menu view. Okay, so in the main menu, we have the menu view is create menu view. It is a text menu view, and text menu view is a menu view. What? Man, I don't know what's so different. So we'll run it again. I had a breakpoint in there somewhere.
For the overmind.
Menu screen layer. So any audio view control. So what is this class? This class is menu view. Every menu view should have its process inputs called when it's running. Okay, apparently my camera's moving again. Cool beans. But yeah, did I just crush that? It was the volume too loud and I destroyed everyone's ears again? Maybe that's better? I just turned it down a bit. Okay, here, it's a, see? Of course there's like camera lag, so I have to look. Oh man, it froze, didn't it? Super secrets, I guess you'll never know. I can't believe it froze again. Perfect timing. Oh well, yeah. I'll mess with that more as time goes on. I doubt I can change the bitrate in the middle of a stream, but we'll see. Sweet, there's an Illuminati icon. Nice. Still music too high, okay. How about now? It should be pretty low. We're at like 2 out of 100 on my computer. Maybe you can, you know what? I could probably take it down in here. Oh, yeah, there is balance. There. It's probably gonna echo too, actually. If I don't, I'll turn it way down in real life. There. Okay, hopefully your ears will exist now without being exploded by my volume. I'll get a hang of this someday. So the problem is I go into game. Okay. I'm in a thing here and menu view is not getting process input called on it. I wonder if hover it's called if I yeah man, weird. It's based on gamer index. What is all this? Handle mouse pick. Oh, I guess I should probably see where process inputs is getting called. Handle keyboard navigation. Nope, this is C#, so it's a lot like C++, but a little different. It's Microsoft's attempt to steamroll some Java. Okay. So basically, it could just be that there's no active control index. In the other screen. And if that's it, then that would be awesome. It's probably no. It's an actual variable, so I can't just, if we were a property, I could go and listen to every time it was changed and then see what was going on. Man. So something with the main menu is setting the control. Active control. Okay. It's not changing anything. So I was hoping it was just something that's stupid that every time the main menu is getting activated, it set an active control index, and the game screen didn't. The old, focus the new, set active control index. Yeah, maybe that's the case. Back. Come on. Okay, so nothing's setting the active control index. Maybe something's setting an actual active control. Nope. At some point, I will hit one of these breakpoints, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know why. There's one process inputs. Handle input on the active control. So here's one place I hit it. So this was valid. The active control is 0, index 0. And it's basically the actual text menu view. Find it. Okay. Text menu view is a menu view, and that's all it is. Okay. So now I'm going to try to go. Screen is where we're putting that. So we're going to go in here, and there's probably not an active control. Right? Active control index is -1. There's so many breakpoints now. Oh, they're not getting hit. Okay. It has to be clear active control. It has to be the one getting hit. I want to go into okay, I want to go into the game screen. Or the game settings screen. Right? No. Wow. Are breakpoints not valid? Like, if they're hollow circles. No, they're there. It's pretty amazing. Well, guess each screen's an active controller index can start out as -1. So the game settings screen is a different. Somebody log files thing is a different screen. Index to activate. Cool. Where's activating this? On enable change. Menus. Chess main menu screen. Oh, there we go. On the first show, you set the active index. Cool. We just need to do that in the settings menu screens, probably. Okay. These are all. If they all extend chess game settings menu screen. Cool. Then we just do that same trick as the main menu did. So other than the fact that it was kind of hard to dig through. Yeah, hopefully it didn't blow your ears out that time. Maybe. All of the support is back. I love it. Oh my god. Yeah, this thing. Yep, that dialogue is going to need some handling that we probably haven't written yet. AI level dialogue doesn't handle input yet. It should be process input. Okay, making some progress. So now, yeah, we're getting there. So if we start at the main menu, we can now go into a game. So play the AI. We can't choose the level with the with the gamepad or the keyboard yet. Okay, and then we're stuck in 2D. It's amazing that I set left bumper to slide through the 2D, but didn't set the right bumper to slide through 3D. That's kind of surprising. Oh, it's left shoulder actually. So that's called. Looking for chess usage. Way down here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't use right shoulder there. We had it already used for something. Oh dear. It's used for chat. Huh. Yeah, there's not that many buttons on a controller when you get down to it. True. Okay, it's gonna be right trigger now for chat. I might have changed the rules dialog to be a different set of controls, like the keyboard controls, the mouse controls, and the gamepad. Or a keyboard and mouse together or something. But ideally, you're supposed to be able to play with any one of them. Good, okay, so you can... Derp. That's only debug. Here. I have a lot of comments that comment stuff. Kill beans. What is in cat? Yeah. Okay, so much for right trigger on there. Well, actually, I don't care if we leave it there, because that's just a debug thing anyway. No one will see that. Everything in these if debug tags, that only shows up when I'm running in this mode. It doesn't, it's not even compiled into the code when I build it for release. Cool. So I can switch skins now. I don't think X is actually used for anything. In chess, so I could have that switch between 2D. And 3D. In Hive, we use it for showing the stacked pieces. It makes them like animate and trial mode thing that barely even applies. Yeah, so it looks like keys.d we should also have. Pad 1 or this debug stuff. Okay. So you press D. What the hell is digit 2 key? Or the number 2, you go to 2D. E3D. It's kind of confusing. Yep. So we're going to change this handling. So I'm going to go back to my list here. Can't cycle. We can cycle between the 3D sessions now. Now we're going to find a way to toggle between them with so you press D or was button pressed buttons dot X. Alright, and then it's 3D. We do not need parens there or there. So that'll clean it up a bit. Okay. Okay, so this should do it. It's actually really straightforward, so now we should be able to toggle between 2D and 3D by pressing X on the gamepad. Boosh. Switches sides, switches colors, switches boards. But you can't do anything on 2D yet. Okay, so one more down. We're getting there, knocking through them. Game setting menu doesn't, that's a duplicate. Changing the wand color. Yeah, I mean, the wand color's fine. It's not pretty, but that's going to the backlog. Because that's not essential and not the kind of thing that I'm going to figure out anyway what the right color is. So, yeah, no cursor in 2D, that's probably a big one. I'm going to commit this batch of changes first because this is actually pretty good so far. Don't want that one either. Let's review these, make sure everything makes sense. Debugging out. And so made rules dialog respond to gamepad game settings menu screens respond. Yeah, we just massively regressed when we rewrote. We've rewritten our view layer a couple times in the way our controls work, and we'll probably do it again before our next game, at least a little bit. But yeah, we apparently didn't retest the gamepad stuff after that. What else do we do? I have made it possible to cycle 3D chess sets with the gamepad. Made it possible to toggle 2D, 3D with the gamepad. Alright, so we're getting there. That's a lot of gamepad support in 1 hour, I guess. We got lucky. All of it was already implemented, so I was kind of worried that we might have deleted it when we were refactoring stuff. But it's all in there. It just wasn't, a lot of it just wasn't wired up correctly anymore. Like having to set the active control index for the settings menu screens. Like, that's a super simple fix. So much easier than writing that all from scratch. So now I guess the question is, does 2D have anything going for it? Let's see, how do we even do that? Would we use a wand or what? Man, I don't know if that ever was done. Why can't I collapse that zone? It's really annoying that I don't have the markers there to collapse that. Processing cursor movement. That could be necessary. So there's this wand in 3D mode, and when you move the gamepad, you're moving this wand around. So it's actually possible that that wand is still moving, so to speak, while the 2D board's visible, and you just can't tell because you can't. The wand isn't rendered in 2D. So if that's the case, this could actually end up being pretty easy again. Yes. Super awesome. So my guess is that I'm going to put the wand over here, switch to 2D mode, move that wand up into the left a bit, switch back. Yeah, it works. Okay. So we probably can just render the wand in 2D. Or better yet, figure out what the wand is hovering and put a cursor on that square. This is going to be a bigger project than itself. So the wand does seem to move even. Useful note to self. Okay, and then after I make this list, I might just give up on it for the night. Take a break. And then come back to it maybe tomorrow, finish up the rest of the controller support, or I might even push this out tonight too. That could be good to just get the little gamepad support that we have added tonight out there, at least for Windows, because it's super simple to push some fixes. Anyway, so 2D gamepad support, we want to figure out what piece the wand is hovered over. And then set the spaces. So we have this concept of a piece state. So a state, like when you look at the board, like this one has this yellow on it because that's this glow behind it because that's that piece state. It was the last moved. And then when you're about to move, right now these spaces, they have a piece state of like highlighted or something like that. But there's like all these different states that you can have. So there should be a way that we can just set a piece state for where the cursor is, and it, you know, it might be a hollow because like these are solid. You might be able to put like a hollow border around it. That might be really useful. And then that same, we'll use that same UI for when we implement keyboard navigation in 2D. I don't actually even know the state of our keyboard navigation right now. Oh! It's actually great. Yeah, our keyboard nav moves the. What was that? Oh my god, 2 and 3. We have the numbers 2 and 3 bound to 2D and 3D. So that messes up, because right now the keyboard support that we have moves this cursor based on the arrow keys. But one of those arrow keys is at 2. So, yeah, and it goes diagonally too. So we really need to lay off the numpad there. And if you're in 2D, the arrow keys probably should also move the cursor. Do I have a card here for keyboard support? In 2D mode, normal arrows should move the cursor. Also, maybe. And numpad 2, numpad 3, no. Yeah, so they're moving the cursor, like the actual mouse right now. we could have the gamepad do that. Just move that guy around. Then that would automatically work. We wouldn't, highlight stuff. It is pretty clear what's going on there. Oh my god, that 2 and 3 thing is driving me nuts. I'm going to fix that right now. Numpad 2. Numpad 2 and numpad 3 are used. Okay, so we are changing that. So numpad 2 and 3 are not going to toggle 2D 3D anymore. I have to make sure the rules show that correctly. Yeah, we didn't even put that in. It's undocumented feature. So it's getting reverted. So okay, so I guess the keyboard, we actually pretty decent keyboard support, considering we haven't tested it in a long time. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay, but anyway, yeah, so I'm going to change what we're doing for that task. I'm not going to do the highlighted square thing since we already have decent support with that mouse. And 2D is showing keyboard support. So we got to figure out what the keyboard support is doing to move the mouse hand around. What is what? It says, what is that you? This thing? This big screen where I type all the time? That's Trello. If that's what you're asking about. Keyboard support is doing to move. Yep. Yeah, so this is Trello. Oops. I'll save this for a sec. This is what we use to, yeah, so these little cards, we just drag them around as we work on them and stuff. So, we have this backlog of things to do, and then we move them to doing when we're working on them, and then you can slide them over into like done and released and things like that. It's really helpful, and it's actually, yeah, I'll write it down, Trello.com, and it's really helpful for software and stuff too. So we actually made this plugin for it, because we use kind of a Scrum methodology. So we make these sprints that are like a chunk of, so this one was 2 weeks. We pulled a whole bunch of tasks into it. It is pretty useful. I like it. Yeah, so we pull a whole bunch of tasks in. This grew because this is right after we released chess like the day before the sprint started. So as people reported bugs and we found more, the size of the sprint kept going up even though we were working on stuff. But that was kind of expected. Yeah, this tracks how much we've completed 56 hours worth of tasks, and we have 30 remaining. So this tool that we made, it's burnout for Trello. So we also made this, or well, we ported and now maintain this browser extension. So if you notice me clicking these hours, that's not part of Trello, that's part of the Scrum for Trello extension, and some dudes, Marcel Duin and Jasper Keizer from the Netherlands, they made this browser extension, Scrum for Trello. Here's its settings. You go to scrumfortrello.com. So, and then I ported it to Firefox and Safari, and now I maintain the the Chrome version also, just to help them out, and because, you know, it slams this link in that hooks up with the burn down charts that we make. And this is like our side business, this burn down chart tool, because it's freemium. There's a bunch of features that are free, but like the fact that I can see this inside of Trello, that's the feature you pay for. Otherwise, you go to a website to view it. Like when you click that link, it'll pop up in like with a link to the site, and then you view this on a web page instead. And there's other charts and stuff that are useful. This one in particular, this shows burn up, so this is like how much your sprint has gotten out of control, which is, you know, obviously got way out of control for this one, because you know, we added a ton of new tasks. Like this blue line, ideally this blue line should be flat if you pull tasks in at the beginning, and then don't add more. But this sprint we knew was going to be crazy, so, you know, we pulled in what we had, and we knew that we'd get more, so it went up here. And then the other day I pulled all the stuff that wasn't going to be urgent enough to have to be done this week. I pulled it into another backlog board we have, so it went way down. So now hopefully this line will stay flat as this, you know, as time passes, and then this red line will catch up to there, and we'll actually finish things on time. That is the plan. But yeah, that's all the details I go into for now. But yeah, that's back to figuring out. So gamepad support, we're going to figure out the keyboard support's doing to move the mouse hand, and then use the same trick as keyboard support. Keyboard support to move the mouse hand when the wand is moving in 2D. Okay, so that should be all we need for the gamepad support, right? I mean, depending on whether or not like the A button does stuff, I guess we'll find out the rest of that after these two are working. All right, yeah. So we got this about half done. I'm probably gonna call it a night for now. And go back to my emails at least and look at all those crashes, whatever's in there. And I usually have, anytime I don't check my comments for like an hour, I get like more. Only 2, that's not bad. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go catch up on all that stuff and call it a night. But thanks for watching the stream, y'all, and I'll probably be back tomorrow with more controller support fixes, and then maybe even debugging why the rankings are so awful. But I might not do that on camera because there will be lots of swearing and confusion and frustration, because it's gonna be really, really hard to figure out what's going on. All right, well, thanks. We made it. We made the game a lot better just in an hour together. So that was awesome. Thanks, and I will see you guys next time.